He lost everything, but never gave up heart-touching and kindness story. The fire roared behind him as if the universe itself was trying to erase every trace of his existence. Ash filled the night air, turning the sky into a silent witness of his collapse. In a matter of minutes, Daniel's small workshop, the place where he poured years of dreams, sweat, and hope, was reduced to burning rubble. He stood barefoot on the wet road, shivering, staring at the flames as though they were burning through his very soul. The smell of smoke mixed with the bitterness of betrayal, failure, and a fear so deep it paralyzed him. That night, as the last of the flames died, Daniel realized he had lost everything: his business, his savings, his partner, and the fragile belief that life was still on his side. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of never giving up, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Channel Name. Your support means everything. For weeks afterward, Daniel wandered through life like a ghost drifting between memories and regrets. He slept on his cousin's worn-out couch, waking up every morning before sunrise because pretending to sleep felt more painful than facing another empty day. His hands, once steady and skillful, trembled every time he tried to rebuild something small, because he feared losing again. His friends slowly disappeared, not out of cruelty, but because they simply didn't know what to say to a man who had lost the light in his eyes. Daniel worked small jobs here and there, unloading boxes, cleaning yards, repairing whatever random items people brought him. Every coin he earned felt like a reminder of how far he had fallen from the man he once dreamed of becoming. Despite the darkness around him, Daniel kept moving, one broken step at a time. He knew giving up would be easier, but something inside him refused to surrender. Maybe stubbornness, maybe desperation, or maybe the faint memory of who he used to be. Still, life wasn't done testing him. One cold morning, when he walked miles to a part-time job, he found a notice taped to the door stating the company had shut down overnight. His last source of income vanished in an instant. As he stood there, clutching the paper with numb fingers, he felt something inside him finally crack. He walked to a nearby park, sat on a bench, and let the weight of his life press down on him. For the first time since the fire, he buried his face in his hands and cried. It was then, when everything felt irreversibly broken, that kindness walked quietly into his life. An older woman named Evelyn, who often fed stray cats in the park, noticed him sitting alone. She approached him with gentle steps, carrying warmth in her voice that felt like a soft hand on a bruised heart. She didn't ask what was wrong. She didn't pressure him to talk. She simply placed a small paper bag next to him and said it was a sandwich in case he was hungry. Then she walked away. No advice, no pity, just pure kindness offered without expectations. That small gesture sat heavily in Daniel's chest, warming a part of him he thought had turned to stone. He ate the sandwich slowly, tasting gratitude more than anything else. From that day, Evelyn began leaving a sandwich on the bench every morning. Soon Daniel started helping her feed the stray cats, fix small things around her home, and carry groceries from the market. He found comfort in those quiet moments, in the simplicity of being useful again. Evelyn listened to him when he finally opened up, not with judgment, but with the gentle patience of someone who knew pain well. She told him that losing everything didn't mean he had nothing left. It meant he had space to rebuild something new, something stronger. One evening, after repairing a broken chair in her living room, Daniel stared at the steady lines of the wood and felt something stir inside him. He remembered the passion he once had for creating, shaping, and repairing. That night, with Evelyn's encouragement, he decided to try again. Not with a grand business or big dreams, but with small steps. He borrowed a few tools, set up a tiny workspace in Evelyn's garage, and began repairing furniture for people in the neighborhood. His hands trembled at first, but slowly, day by day, the tremble faded. The more he worked, he repaired old tables, restored sentimental items, and even crafted new pieces for families who couldn't afford expensive furniture. The business grew not because of advertisements, but because of gratitude. Every time someone smiled at his work, a piece of his heart knitted back together. What started as survival slowly transformed into purpose. As months passed, Daniel saved enough to rent a small workshop once again. Nothing fancy, but enough to carry hope. On the day he moved in, he placed a photo of his old burned-down shop on the wall, not as a reminder of tragedy, but as a symbol of rebirth. Evelyn stood proudly beside him, her eyes shining with the quiet joy of someone who had seen pain alchemize into strength. Daniel's life, once reduced to ashes, was being rebuilt with kindness, resilience, and the courage to start over. Just when he thought things couldn't get better, something remarkable happened. A local community organization heard about his work and offered him a collaboration to repair broken furniture for low-income families. They told him that his story had inspired them, that his work meant more than craftsmanship. It meant dignity, hope, and second chances. Daniel accepted, feeling a wave of emotions wash over him. For the first time in years, he felt like he belonged somewhere, like he had found a purpose bigger than himself. Through helping others rebuild, he realized he had been rebuilding himself all along. Now, every morning when Daniel unlocks his workshop, he breathes in the scent of wood and remembers the night he lost everything. Not with bitterness, but with gratitude, because losing everything taught him what truly mattered. It taught him the value of kindness, the strength hidden in despair, and the quiet power of never giving up. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your support helps us continue bringing emotional and inspiring stories to the world. Before you go, please comment below. What part of Daniel's journey inspired you the most?